Okay, y'all. So I just had to rewatch Baddies Africa because I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I forgot what happened because it was boring. It was a boring episode. But the first thing I noticed and that pointed and shouted out to me was that Fana, after she received her change, she was just like, "Oh, I worked so hard for this," and I want to know when. When did you work hard? Because I missed it. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I missed it. I missed it. Like, she did not deserve that chain, and I'm gonna say that and just leave it there. And then Fauna also doesn't want to wear her chain because she's scared it might get snatched up, like Tavi's got snatched up. And not to mention, Tavi was also talking stuff. She was all like, "Yeah, the newbies are getting their chains before the what is it? Before the OG." She said something like that, y'all. And I was just like, Tavi, you're not fitting in. I don't know why. Because I like Tavi a little bit, but it's like she's not fitting in. Russian Cream also not fitting in. And I'm not going to lie. Y'all know I like Summer, right? But I don't like when people be trying to single people out. And I think Lex is kind of the same way because she kind of was like, when, what's her name? Russian Cream and Summer kind of sort of got into it because Summer was trying to like pop her stuff. I think Lex was getting irritated because it's just like you're trying to single this girl out more than she's already being singled out. That's not right. I don't like when people do that because it just be looking away. It's just unnecessary too. Like I feel like you already don't have a lot of people on y'all side. Y'all making it worse by trying to push away some people that you could use. I'm not saying that Summer Dolly and Lex need people on their side, but like why single this girl out? Why single her out? So y'all, Pretty P finally is gone. I'm like, finally. And the girls are going to Kenya. Let me talk about this before I go to Kenya. So Ivory was in the club talking to Dolly and throwing a lot of shots, and I'm just like, Ivory, what's the issue with you and Dolly? Like, I don't understand what's her obsession over Dolly. It don't make no sense. And then when they were in the hallway, and Ivory was just like, "Oh, Dolly, don't sneak me." And Ivory, I really hope that when you watch this back, you see that you were the one that started it. You put your hand around this girl's neck. Why? And you were helping Tavi. Tavi don't need your help fighting. Tavi can fight, but it's just like you were doing a lot of weird stuff. So I don't blame Dolly for feeling the way she feels. She has all right to feel the way she feels. Like, you're wrong, period, and move on. So the girls get to Kenya. Natalie tells them, Messy Natalie, I'm going to call Natalie Messy until we finish this review. She tells them, "Oh, you have the whole resort to yourself, this and that. The resort looks so good. There's monkeys, though." And I'm just like, is that safe? Because monkeys to me are like dangerous. I'm sorry. Monkeys will snatch you up and slap you up and steal your stuff. So I'm just kind of like, is this safe? Because, But once they get to the resort, nothing really happens. Like, they're just walking around, acting normal, looking around. I feel like the girls are low-key quiet up until we got to the point where they had the little outside event, and a lot of people were just, per usual, just talking their stuff. So let's talk about that. First of all, Natalie is so messy. She was like, "Who came up with this game? Why are y'all always trying to blame me for stuff?" And it's just like, Natalie, I watch all the seasons of Bad Girls Club. You've been like this. That's why when people be like, "Oh, I don't like the way Natalie's been like this," it's like either you learn to like her or you don't like her. It's either one of the two, but this is how she is. She's always been messy. Always. So it's just like, but K Rican and Summer go head to head, and I forgot what the game is called, but long story short, Karikin won. She just kept it going. Summer was kind of like quiet. I was like, "Dang, Summer, you quiet?" Oh. Then Roly answers the question about, like, who's your least favorite baddie, and she says, "I know y'all thought it would be Russian. Yeah, because you're treating this girl so awful for no reason." And what's the reason? What's the reason, Steven? I don't get it. It's just weird. But she says it's not her, it's Elsie, because Elsie is flip floppy. I don't really think Elsie is giving you that much of a problem. I really just feel like Rolly be looking for problems, and I feel like I don't know if y'all notice, but not all the times, but sometimes Rolly look for the weakest link and get a win and keep it moving, and everybody be like, "Oh, Rolly can fight this and that," but it's just like she's always looking for the weakest link. It don't make no sense to me. And then Lex answers the question too, and she says basically everybody she's been beefing with, and I'm just like, I get why she said that. Why wouldn't she say that? But then Scotty got extremely upset. And I'm just kind of like, Scotty, all she did was said that you're her least favorite baddie. That's normal because Lex don't talk to you like that. I didn't get why Scotty made it such a big deal. I really didn't get it. And then Natty was... Oh my god, y'all. Hold on, I needed a minute. But Natalie was just like, Scotty. Like they're all so surprised at Scotty's behavior. Because, Scotty was the quiet person. And Scotty, I don't know. I don't know what to say about her, y'all. It's like the outfits are cute, but that's it. That is it. So let's talk about the next episode. This episode didn't include nothing for real. So Summer and Coquilla got into it. It looked like Coquilla kind of won this time. I'm like, finally. Finally. And then, like I said in the other video I made, Scotty and Lex get into it. I just don't think Scotty won, y'all. I'm not believing it. I don't care if the video is there. Sometimes the videos be a lie too. I feel like they edited the mess out of that part, and I'm gonna just leave it there. I don't feel like she won. It looked like she did though, but I don't believe it at all. And I think Rolly and Elsie get into it because Elsie, what happened again? Basically, Rolly was just like, "Oh, Elsie, who do you need to kiss your aunt?" And Elsie was just like, "You can do it." And I don't blame her because why are you messing with her? And I think they did get into a fight, and it's just kind of like, Rolly, why are you fighting Elsie? If you really want to show that you doing something, fight Ivory. She's the one that's been doing a lot this season, but she fights Elsie. A 2-year-old could fight Elsie. Like, please, you're not. It's not looking good for Rolly. It's looking to me like she's just picking the weakest link, like I said earlier. And Tavi and Lex fights again, and I want to see how that goes because Tavi is a really good fighter, but then Lex is a really, really, really good fighter. So it's just kind of like, I don't know what's gonna happen. We're just gonna have to wait and see. And I think this is the episode we've all been seeing in the previews over and over again because Lex has on that pink outfit. So I'm just like, oh, that episode is coming next week.